Hey YouTube, Creepy Crawler 87 coming at you. Hey, I'm not dead. I've just been super busy. So I was thinking the other day, I'm like, I haven't done a subscriber update in, hell, 2 years? I don't even know. You tell me. But I have been doing some kind of exciting stuff, at least to me anyways. So I guess we'll get right to it. Show you what's been going on. Well, I have been doing some mountain biking, but ooh, what is that? Ooh. So actually it's kind of a long story, but I guess that's what subscriber updates are for, right? You guys want to hear this shit, or I don't know, let me know if you don't. So I've had this motorcycle. I don't know that I've really went over it with you. It's a Honda XR 650L. Sweet like adventure bike. You can see I got the rack on it. My helmet's just hanging out on there. We did a couple camping trips off of it. Really was a good time, but the thing is a pig, an absolute pig. It weighs almost 400 pounds. Ready to go. So I didn't really ride much off-road with it. I did ride off-road, but it was all easier stuff. And then I sold my black truck, and part of the deal with that was I got this little KX100, which I don't have anymore. I don't even think I got a video of it. But I started riding off-road a lot, like trying to do some real slow, like trialsy stuff. Really got hooked on it. Ended up racing enduro, which that was not the bike for that. And then I ended up getting this thing. So it's the first new thing I've ever bought. It's brand freaking new. About made me puke when I bought it. It is a Beta X Trainer. It's a 300cc, basically in a 125 frame. It's like 80% smaller than the regular frame, which is perfect for me because even though I'm 6 foot tall, I only got 32-inch legs. So on this bike, I was tippy-toed on one side to barely touch. On this bike, I can almost flat foot with both feet on the ground, which is freaking awesome. It's super mellow, even though it's a two-stroke 300. It's real trialsy, I guess. The suspension's real soft, has a lot of give to it. Rides awesome. It's still really fast, don't get me wrong. Like if you get on the pipe, you can really get to moving with it. But the bottom end is super smooth. It's got a great big flywheel, so it's really hard to kill it. It lugs down like a tractor, man. I mean, you can literally go up hills like third gear, 500 RPM, and it just keeps chugging. So, been having a lot of fun with it. Actually got second in my class out of like 15 people this weekend. So I was super pumped about that. These enduros are a lot of fun if you guys have never done them. It's a mix of road riding and then trail riding, and you get timed on the trail sections. We did 150 miles last weekend, which was the longest one we've done so far, and it kicked my ass. Well, all of them kicked my ass because I mean it's nasty, single track, you know, through the mud, up over logs. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So then if we scroll over here, you can see that tire. This is my my current project that's soaking up all my time. I've wanted one of these since I was a little tiny kid. This is a 67 Chevy C10. It's going to be my new daily. Putting all the stuff out of my Trailblazer in it. You can see it's got 33 1250s brand new on the back. If you look over here, that's a 33 1050 for the front. It is going to be two-wheel drive, but I want it to kind of have like a nice, you know, four-wheel drive stance. Maybe like look like it has like a 2-inch lift on it, something like that. I do have the bed for it. It's a step side. I'll show you that here in a bit. But I'll show you here what I've been working on. This is the motor for it. This is out of my Trailblazer. It's a LM4 LS motor. You know, the LS motor. This is a 5.3 with the aluminum block, so it'll be super lightweight and should work awesome in the truck. Had to swap out to a Camaro oil pan because the Trailblazer one, the sump is on the front right here, and then there's a pass-through for your axle, and it just hit all the suspension stuff on the front of this truck. So right over here is all my pile of parts for the thing. It's going to have full stainless exhaust. I got stainless steel long tube headers back there. Every single part in the front end will be new. I got 4-inch lift spindles, so it should sit about like a factory 4-wheel drive truck with a 2-inch lift on it, which I think looks killer on 33s because the 2-wheel drive sat lower from the factory. So new shocks, new struts, new catalytic converters, new ball joints, A-arms, coil springs. The rear end will eventually have air ride, but I do already have the airbags, but I'm just going to fill them up individually for now. So I don't have to redo that. New rotors, new brakes, new calipers. This is the rear end out of the Trailblazer. I had to re-drill the bolt pattern. The Trailblazer is a 6 lug. This is a 5, so I made a guide, re-drilled those on both sides. Had to re-drill the rotors. Had to grind the rotors down a bit to get the 15 by 10s on the back here to clear. I got some 15 by 8s with the right back spacing to match the outside look for the front. That is a 15 by 10 that's on there currently. Like I said, the front end is going to come up a lot. The truck itself is from North Carolina. It's in really good shape. Paid a little more than I wanted to for it, but I also didn't want to dick around with a bunch of rust. You see I got the new radiator just sitting in there. I got to swap out the steering column because it was 3 on the tree. I'm going to the transmission that was hooked to the Trailblazer already. It's a 4L60E. I've actually had good luck with it. Drove the thing for 2 years, towed with it, no problem. But I also don't try to drive like a retard when I'm towing shit either. Sorry about the R word, but just kind of old habit. I got stuff to make power steering. It's going to have Hydro Boost brakes. I got almost all my pieces for that. So hoping to get that done here in the next couple months. I'll keep you guys updated if you want. We got the Sammy. We'll head over here. Fox have been eating all of our chickens. My little camper, little trailer project that probably won't get done for a long time because I got too much other shit going. And over here's the bed, which I actually got to put back on it. It's in great shape for what I'm going to use it for. I mean, you wouldn't want to make a show truck out of it. It's got a bunch of dings and dents, but on the thinners and stuff, it's all good. And it's not like some Bondo beauty, like it's actually solid underneath there. But I think it'll be pretty cool. I got to take the tubs out. The people before me were going to make it a Pro Street truck. So I'm taking these tubs out and going to put the bed floor back to it. They put in this real thin sheet metal bed. I want to cut it out, get something. I think they make a factory, like, you know, it has the ridges in it, bed floor to bolt back in it. It does have a nice, they made like a, you can't really see it, although you kind of can. They made, I already started peeling some of this off, a square tubing frame to mount their thin sheet metal on. So it actually strengthened up the bed a lot, which will be nice because these weren't known to have particularly tough, you know, bed floors in them. So extra reinforcement will be good there. That's Lindsay's little quad. Here is the wheel horse sitting in a pool of its own grease. Poor thing. Hasn't really been touched since we had the romp out here. Pretty much pulled it in here, and after I cleaned it, and it pretty much is where it's at. So need to get it ready because we are going to Top Tractor Challenge. Yes, you heard that right. Top Tractor Challenge. We're going to be there. It's going to be freaking awesome. If you have a tractor and you're anywhere near Plymoutooning, Pennsylvania, you need to get your ass out there and come have fun with us. Have a little competition, and we'll see who can come out on top this year. My bet is on our buddy Mr. Studebaker with the old Cub Cadet, or possibly Red ZZ02, because he's got some pretty mean machines himself. But it should be interesting getting it figured out. All right, so we had a lot of issues getting the stuff out of here. As you can see, I've sawzalled the front clip off and then the front frame off, and that's actually the second time I sawzalled it. Sawzalled through the sway bar because the bolts were stuck and they were really hard to get at this one back here. This one, easy. This one, not so much. And I wasn't going to fight it. We got some pretty sketchy shit going on here. We were coming along the trailer underneath the Trailblazer, had the Trailblazer jacked up and hooked to the wall, but it actually worked really good. Basically just put the ramps down, and it was dragging the ramps and moving the trailer. You know, trailer was going this way and Trailblazer staying right here, and then the trailer just kept moving underneath it. And it worked out good. Don't mind all this sketchiness because that's just, I did not get under the vehicle with those there and this here. I had it on the ground, got everything completely loose, and then basically lifted the Trailblazer off of the rear end, if that makes any sense. And then I put all them boards in there, and you know, this is hooked to the reach, so it wasn't like it was going to go anywhere. Had all that locked in, and then I still didn't get underneath it. I just hooked a strap to the rear end and yanked it out this way. So basically the plan is to, when I'm ready, I'll jack this back up, get those out of there, and then I'll just hook the strap back to the wall, and I'll just come along the trailer the rest of the way under it, and then I can I'll just let the Trailblazer sit down on the frame there. So Still got a little bit of stuff to get out of here. I think I'm gonna try to seal the windshield wiper motor and the control for that, because the old C10, it only has just 2-speed wipers, no intermittent, and I'd like at some point to swap them over. And I just wanted to keep it around. It seems like on these projects, a lot of times you just need a little bit of this or a little bit of that, and it's nice to be able to just go snag a piece of wire and it'll be the right color. Or, you know, if you need a little piece of fuel line or whatever, it's that little stuff that you have to run in town for that really kills you. And there is the 4L60E that's going to go in it. It is the transmission out of here. Yeah, we'll get it back in there at some point. It really needs rebuilt. It's got 200-some thousand miles on it, but it was still working in there, so I just want to get the C10 mobile before I take it out. At some point I'll probably get this transmission rebuilt and go ahead and rebuild the motor too at the same time, and just have an all new power unit. But I want to get it working first. Sure, I haven't done a video on the picker I built either. Obviously I did not build it strong enough. We got a bend right here. I'm hoping I can go get the torches filled up and heat this up and bend this back and then add some support to it, because it worked really good. It was the handiest thing ever. You know, I moved the axles around with it, moved the motor around with it. Basically anything heavy I needed to move around, you know, it's basically like a forklift. Just back up to it, hook to it, and lift it up and drive it wherever you need it and set it down. You know, you could set, but usually what I did is I didn't winch the stuff up with this so much, even though it would. I would just use this to set the length of this to whatever I needed, and then I just used this has hydraulic 3-point, so I just used a 3-point to actually lift what I was lifting. But I had a rear end I got off a guy, and it was really heavy, an old Eaton HO72, if any of you guys are familiar with those, and it would lift it, but it wouldn't lift it clear off the ground. So I was like, well, no big deal, I'll just drive. And well, when I got done dragging it where I needed to drag it, I noticed that my the old thing was bent pretty good there. So I don't know if it snagged and I didn't realize it, but either way, we'll have to get that straightened out. But I love this old tractor. Well, alrighty guys, hope you enjoyed it. Just a little bit of what's been going on around here. If you're interested in my C10 build, I can do some videos on that if that's your thing. If not, I know most people that are on this channel are really more into tractors, and I get that. If you're into the dirt bike thing, you know, maybe the enduro thing, I could do videos on those too, but it was, once again, I kind of figured that it wouldn't really be your guys' thing. But if it is, comment down there, man. Let me know. It'll be cool. Take you along, maybe even get some GoPro footage of the harder stuff or something. I'm definitely going to try to get some real good video of the Top Tractor Challenge there. I know Red ZZ's going to have some pretty good footage too, so it should be fun for everybody to watch it. Since I did miss my 1,000 subscriber mark, I never did a video for that. This will also be for that. We got some pretty cool, actually got some swag for you guys. Stickers! Yeah, so big shout out to Red ZZ02. He cut these for me, the real good quality stuff. He gave me a good deal on them, so thanks again, buddy. These are cool. We're going to be doing a giveaway. I'm going to give away 2 of these. Post up your favorite video. You know, just tell me your favorite video of mine in the comments, or maybe like your favorite moment from my video or whatever, and then I'll put the numbers in like one of those random number generators, and you know, the order that you put them up will be your number, blah 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 blah, and we'll get these shipped out to you for free. So yep, if you want a sticker or want to be entered in the drawing, I guess, then post it up, and yeah, we'll get it done. We'll get them sent out. Alrighty guys, that's it for me today. I'm going to get back to working on the old truck here. Creeper Crawler 87 out.